Jessica is a 26-year-old college graduate living on her own in a tiny apartment, working 3 part-time jobs that just barely cover her expenses. In the little free time she has, Jessica obsessively pores over the study materials for a career entrance exam that she's already taken and failed twice, even losing contact with many of her friends and family members so she can remain focused on her goal. Recently, she's had to cut back on her hours at work so she can spend more time studying for the exam this Friday. It's been hard, but she knows it'll be worth it. This is her last chance to pass, and she has no contingency plan for failing it. If she succeeds, she can pursue a job in the field she's dreamed of since she was a child, one where she can help people and fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. If she fails, she'll be barred from ever taking the exam again, and everything will fall apart. Jessica has been praying to God about this path she's chosen to take, and feels like she has his approval. Even when she failed the exam the other 2 times, she felt that his presence was encouraging her to stay calm and take the test again. This time, she knows his spirit will be with her and guide her through the exam, and everything will be okay. The night before the exam, Jessica realizes that she's going to fall behind on her rent payments and has to take an extra shift at work to make up the deficit. She comes home late, exhausted but still positive about the upcoming exam. She hits the books for one last study session. The exam is in 6 hours, but she spends 2 hours studying and ends up only getting 3 hours of sleep. The next day, Jessica can barely keep her eyes open, let alone write legibly enough for the administrators to read. The information she studied for months all begins to run together, and Jessica panics. She prays that God will help her and give her the right answers, but she hears nothing in response. When she finally turns in her exam, she just barely makes it out to her car before she starts to cry. The results are in by 9 o'clock the next Friday. She opens the student portal the second it updates, hoping for a miracle, and instead falls back in her chair as the ugly failing grade cuts through her chest like a knife. That's the end. She has no more chances. She can't take the exam anymore, and the job for which she's been aiming and working so hard has just shut her out entirely. Everything she has given up and devoted to this final opportunity is all for nothing. In the midst of her grief, Jessica can't help but question God's plan too. Why would he tell her it was all okay if he knew it was going to end up like this? Why wouldn't he help her pass the exam when she was only trying to find a job that would help the people he created and loves? If you were in Jessica's position, how would you handle the situation? Beg the people in charge for just one more chance to pass the exam. If you explain the reason why you did so poorly, surely they'll understand and give you another shot. Back away from the situation and let your mind reset. Don't worry about your career right now. Just go and do the things that feel good. Seek professional counsel on what you should do next. You tried praying, but it didn't seem to help, and you don't know what to do. So you should just try to find something else to guide you. Surrender and accept the circumstances. It may be rough, but surely God will get back to you eventually on what he wants you to do. And for now, you'll just have to wait. Think about why you chose your answer. Is there a better response you could have chosen? Which response do you think would be the least effective in resolving the issue?